Thank you, Stacy, for an informative and captivating video presentation on the topic. And I love the hook. In design, we have to meet students where they are. And where are they? That's right, they're on their phone. And as a teacher, I am so familiar with that experience. As a secondary school teacher, I can relate because prior to the pandemic, when I designed online learning material, it was really with a desktop or laptop in mind. Now that we are designing for instruction for students who are home during during remote learning, I have to be cognizant that most students are not going to have laptops or computers. What I'm going to hear in the background is, Miss, I'm on my phone, or Miss, I'm using a tablet. So I am very much aware that the interface is going to be different. I am very much aware that there will be those who will be comfortable you doing schoolwork on a phone, but there are many who will be struggling to find those hidden features. So I am also aware that when I say, well, click on this and you will find it in this corner, that the small screens of a mobile phone, the layout may not be that way. So the layout may be very much different. Another experience too is that in terms of storage, I cannot assume that my students have high-end phones. Some of them may be using reasonable phones just to get access to the information, but they may not have storage space because their phones will be taken up with their games and all their other personal items. So the issue of designing for smartphone users is a very critical and important one at this time. Not only did you identify a needed enhancement, but you covered how it can be implemented during the design and development phase. So as the instructional designer in my class, you gave some useful tips, what are the tasks to perform? What technologies, if it's the LMS or the apps are being used? What are my student competency level with using these devices or navigating these apps? Their learning interests, and I can tell you, if they're playing a game and they want to move to the next level, that is their learning interest there. That's what they want to do. But how do I take that same energy and that same engagement now and incorporate it into lessons so they're excited and they're motivated to learn and move on? And then you spoke about test. We need to test. So how do I test at this time when there are so many different devices, models, interfaces, interaction, computing power, and screen sizes? So my current students are my testees. I am currently teaching productivity tools, so like Word and Excel. So I will tell them, okay, send me a screenshot of what you're seeing on your phone. Send me a screen recording. Share your screen for the class to see, because I can tell you that interface for Word on a mobile phone and Word on a desktop, they're different. They are different because you have to now accommodate for that. The designers would have accommodated for the smaller screens, right? But that raises another point. The design should be intuitive and responsive, not just applicable to keys and screen function, but an actual lesson and the learning experience within itself. The students should know how to navigate the lesson. Focus on what is needed as needed. So you're only going to focus on what you know, what he needs to know at this time. What are the activities he needs to complete, even the average time that it should take to complete a lesson. We have to be mindful of that. Be mindful of what is the content we're building, developing for this mobile screen. So it should be suited for mobile usage and adoption. And the point is, when we are designing and developing, do we say, okay, let's not focus now so much on that laptop or that desktop interface. Maybe we should focus on the designing for smartphone screens, right? Designing for smartphone screens, so that we are very inclusive of the learning opportunities for mobile users and laptops, because I think the small screens, that is where your challenge lies, right? So in other words, we are designing nuggets of mobile learning goodness. AMAD 2020 study examines students' perceptions, views, and opinions about the usage of mobile phones in higher education in Jamaica. His findings reveal that there's an overall positive student perception towards cell phones usage as a learning tool and integrating cell phones into learning activities. Students were keen on its usage as a social connectivity and collaborative tool, which they can use for flexible and personalized learning activities. What I derive from this is that students will gravitate to mobile phone usage in their learning, and it's not going away. Right? I can tell you, even in my experience, some students who do have the laptops and the mobile phones, I will ask, okay, so what device are you using? And they say, well, miss, I'm on my phone. But it's easier if you do it on your laptop. Yeah, but miss, I want to do it on my phone. So those small handheld devices, they're going to be here with us. And as you rightfully said, we need to enhance that learning experience with those devices, with mobile devices, smartphone devices in mind. In a past reflection, I mentioned there are limitless possibilities to incorporate mobile phone technology into our teaching methods to enhance the learning experience for students. AMAD 2019 concluded that despite disparities in socio-economic factors between developing and developed countries, students' mobile phone adoption, usage, and perception patterns are generally the same. So therefore, we must appreciate that a mobile phone is an indispensable tool for connecting and learning. So my question is, as instructional designers, should we design learning experiences with the smallest device in mind and then design around it? How do you think that will benefit our students and the learning experience? And what do you think will be some of the potential fallouts of that approach? I look forward to hearing from you and our colleagues in the discussion. And like I said, it was a very engaging, captivating video presentation you had there. And I welcome your response. Thanks. Bye.